Bismillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri, wahlul uqdatan min lisani yafqahu qawli. Rabbi yassir wa la tu'assir wa tammim bil khair. Let's begin lesson number 5. In this lesson, we will learn about the possessive phrase which is called al-idafatu. So this is going to be our second phrase. The first one that we learned was al-jaru wal-majruru. That is called prepositional phrase. And inshallah, today we will learn the most important, or I can say one of the most important phrases, which is called possessive phrase or al-idafa. Ismun, that means name, and ibnun, that means son. These two words, but they have more functions than the meaning itself. Then we will learn a verb, adverb, in fact, tahta, and in Arabic we call it adharf, or in English we say adverb. And then we will learn about harfu nida'in, vocative particle, ya. So inshallah, we will learn about these things. And the most important thing that we have in this lesson is phrase number 2, which is called possessive phrase. We started our lessons with al-jumlatul ismiyatu, the nominal sentence. Hadha kitabun, we started from that. And we still continue with the nominal sentence. Now, a little bit more that we need to know about it, inshallah. So a sentence that starts with a noun is called nominal sentence or jumla ismiya. We know about that. It has a subject and a predicate. So this information might be new to you. First, we were talking about that a nominal sentence has two parts. And now we are learning that the names of the two parts. The first one is called mubtada'un. The meaning of mubtada'un means something that has been started or something that has begun. And then in grammar, we say subject. And predicate, khabarun. Khabarun means news, and basically it's a news about the subject. For example, when we say hadha, when we say this, now it is mubtada'un, it's a subject. Now you are waiting for the news, for the khabar. Like when I say hadha, the meaning is not clear. But when I say hadha kitabun, then the meaning is clear, and then it becomes a complete nominal sentence. And the second part is called predicate or khabarun. So mubtada'un and khabarun. Both the subject and the predicate are always nominative. They are marfu'. Marfu', as we know, that either they have dhamma or dhammatan. The subject is mostly definite, ma'rifatun, and we have discussed about this a lot. We have started from lesson number 1 discussing about this. And the predicate is mostly nakiratun or indefinite. And you remember that we used to discuss the combination of definite and indefinite makes a complete sentence. Both subject and predicate are equal in number and gender. That is very, very important information. The rest of the information we have discussed a lot. But this information, we need to focus on this, that the subject, the first part of the sentence, and predicate, the second part of the sentence, are equal in two things. They are equal in number and gender. That's why, if you remember, in the beginning of the lessons, I gave you a very clear idea about the 4 properties of the noun: capacity, gender, number, and status. So these 4, without knowing these 4 properties of the noun, it is not possible for us to be able to understand a nominal sentence. Now, if you see here, al-kitabu jadidun. First of all, what is this al-kitabu? First of all, what we have to do, we have to put a line in between, and then we have to look for the meaning of is or am. So al-kitabu is mubtada'un, subject, and marfu'un, as we can see it has dhamma, and ma'rifatun, because it has al with that. Okay. It is singular, al-kitabu. It is just the book, and it is also masculine. Why do we say it's masculine? Because there is no reason why we should say it's feminine. It does not have ta marbuta, and it does not have any other reason. So that's why we say that this is masculine. Then we have jadidun, and this is called khabarun, as we can see over here. It is marfu'un because it has dammatan, and it is nakiratun. It's a common noun because there is no reason why we should call it a definite noun. You know, definite noun, it should be ismun alamun, the name of a specific person, place, or thing. It should have al before that, and we have discussed that it should be ismul ishara. And so all these categories, we don't have them here. So that's why we say it's an indefinite noun. So when we put them together, and jadidun is also singular, and it is also masculine. The feminine will be jadidatun. The feminine will be jadidatun. There is no ta marbuta. That's why we say that this is masculine. So it has to be equal in number and gender. That is very important. Mubtada'un and khabarun. Now you know this, that we call them mubtada and khabar. And we have discussed that they are always marfu. And generally, or most of the times, mubtada is definite noun and khabar is indefinite noun. Similarly, we can see al-qalamu maksurun. The pen is broken. And hadha baytun. And this is a house. Now, hadha is marfu. How do we know that this is marfu? Because it is in the place of the subject. Do we have dhamma or dhammatan on it? No, we do not have. How do we know? Because this is ismul ishara, demonstrative pronoun. And we have learned that all demonstrative pronouns, they are marfu. The original construction, they are marfu. And also they are definite nouns. And they are mabniyun. Please remember that they are mabniyun. That means they are fixed. The ending will never change. They will remain always like this. Yeah, if we are talking, there is a question. If we are talking about two things, if, for example, if we have two books, so then we will say al-kitabani jadidani. So we have to change the subject the predicate according to the subject. If the subject is singular, the predicate has to be singular. If the subject is plural, then the predicate has to be plural. And if the subject is dual, then the predicate has to be dual. They have to be equal in number and gender. So al-kitabu jadidun. But if we have two books, then what do we say? Al-kitabani jadidani. Do you remember the ani sound? Ani sound for the dual. Ani, al-kitabani jadidani. Al-qalamani maksurani, and so on and so forth. So inshallah, I'm sure it's clear now. The rest of the things you already know. The new information that we can see over here is that they are equal in number and gender. That's number one. And number two, we call them, the subject is called mubtada'un and the predicate is called khabarun. Now we move on to the most important, or one of the most important phrases, which is called al-idafatu. Why do we use it? First of all, we need to know, like, why do we use it? It is used to show possession. Why do we use it? To show possession. Now we know that in a nominal sentence, what we do, we put two nouns together. We have two nouns together. For example, we have baytun, and baytun means a house, as we know, and bilalun means Bilal. Okay, now we have two nouns together. Baytun, Bilalun. Please focus on this. Write it down. Focus on this. If you're using your phone, please stop using your phone. If you're lying down, please stand properly and focus on this. Baytun means a house and Bilalun means Bilal. Does it make any sense? A house, Bilal, or Bilal, a house. Does it make any sense to you? We have two nouns together, but what happened, we do not have a clear meaning. Yeah. Now, what we want, that's why I told you that the case endings are very, very important. Now, look what happened over here. Now, I changed baytun into baytu. So, tanween, that was dhammatan. Dhammatan has changed into dhamma. So, we say that the ending was heavy, and now it has become light. Why we say light? Because dhammatan, fathatan, and kasratan, that means they are heavy. And dhamma, fatha, and kasra, that means they are light. So number one, the noun has become light. So we see baytu. And the second noun we can see over here has become bilalin. So the changes, please note down. The first change, baytun became baytu. And the second change, bilalun became bilalin. So it was marfu', but here it has become majroor. And now look at the meaning. What meaning do we get over here? The house of Bilal. That's why we discussed that it is used to show possession. And you know that in English, we can say this in two ways. Either we can say the house of Bilal, or we can say Bilal's house. We know that like either we use of or we use apostrophe to show the possession in English. And in Arabic, what we have to do, we have to put two nouns together and we have to change the case endings. Now you see how the case endings, how important they are. Changing the case endings will change the meaning. So Baytun became Baytu and Bilalun became Bilalin. And now look at the changes that we have discussed now. So what happened? Baytun became Baytu. And what we need to know now, that the first noun, as of now, I'm saying first noun, but inshallah, with the passage of time, we will see that they have specific name. No tanween. So the first noun doesn't take tanween. That's number one. Number two, it does not take al. Please note it down that the first noun does not take, or the first, we can say the first part of the idafa construction does not take tanween and does not take al. And the second part of the idafa construction, it is always majroor. It is always what? Majroor. That means either it has kasrah or it has kasratan. And now you should know that we have two things. The first one is the thing possessed. So the thing possessed is called mudafun, and the possessor is called mudafun ilayhi. So as I said, that I will tell you the name. So the thing that is possessed is called mudafun, and the person is called, or the possessor is called mudafun ilayhi. And the order will always be like this. Thing will come first, and the honor will come after the thing. As we can see here, Bayt is a thing, and Bilal is the possessor. So Baytu, we will say, is mudaf, and Bilalin is mudafun ilayhi. Is this clear? Any doubts, please tell me now, because this construction is very common in the Quran, in Arabic language, and you will find so many examples in the Quran. And inshallah, aren't they called mudaf ilayhi? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Baytun is called mudafun and Bilalin is called mudafun ilayhi. But the construction, the complete construction is called al-idafa, or we call that possessive phrase, okay? And this is our phrase number 2. Phrase number 1. Okay, I have a question. What is common between phrase number 1, that is a prepositional phrase, and phrase number 2? There is something common. If you figure that out, that would be amazing. What is common between phrase number 1 and phrase number 2? Prepositional phrase and possessive phrase. There is something common. Ahsanti. Yes, perfect. Yeah, both of them have kasra. Perfect. So now from today, you should know that in Arabic, the noun will be majroor only for 2 reasons. And what are the 2 reasons? Reason number 1, if there is a preposition, for example, min or like be or any preposition, so the noun after preposition will be majroor. And number 2, when it is a possessor or when it is mudaf ilayh, it will be majroor. So there are only 2 reasons that the noun can be majroor, and both of them you already now you know about it. And then we use it for the possession. It gives the meaning of and it gives the meaning of apostrophe s. Let's begin the lesson, inshallah, and now you will enjoy it. Ad-darsu al-khamisu, lesson number 5. Okay, if we use Ibrahim, there is a question. If we use Ibrahim instead of Bilal, then of course it will be Ibrahima. You know that Ibrahim is partially flexible noun. It does not accept kasra, so it will be Baytu Ibrahima. Baytu Ibrahima. Ad-darsu al-khamisu, lesson number 5. Akitabu Muhammadin hadha ya Yasiru. Is this the book of Yasir? Is this the book of Yasir? So we have Sa'id. Akitabu Muhammadin hadha ya Yasiru. Oh Yasir, is this the book of Muhammad? Yeah, so there is a small problem, a mistake over here. Oh Yasir, is this the book of Muhammad? Is this the book of Muhammad? Oh Yasir, okay. As we know that this is Hamzatul Istifham, it is used to ask a question. And now this construction we can see over here is Idafa construction. Kitabu is, we can see that this is light, and Muhammadin is Majroor. Okay, one more thing you should see over here, that 95% of the cases, please remember 95% of the cases, the thing is indefinite noun and the possessor is a definite noun. Let me repeat it again. In 95% of the cases, the thing is indefinite noun and the possessor is definite noun, as we can see over here. Okay. Akitabu Muhammadin hadha ya Yasiru. Is this the book of Muhammad, O Yasir? Okay, yeah, you see over here, the particle ya, the vocative particle, and after that, the noun does not take tanween. Please check over here. After ya, the noun does not take tanween. It is always light and it takes dhamma. So now you can see that there are two cases that the noun has to be light. Number one, when it is mudaf, or when it is a thing possessed. And number two, when it comes after ya, then in two cases it will be light, as you can see over here. That means it will not take tanween. Here it cannot take tanween, and here it cannot take tanween. It cannot be ya yasirun, it will be wrong. It is ya yasiru, as you can see over here. Yasirun la hadha kitabu Hamidin. Hadha kitabu Hamidin. No, this is Hamid's book, as we can see over here, the possession apostrophe s, or this is the book of Hamid. Okay, now please remember that this construction, Idafa construction, it can be mubtada, it can be subject, and it can be predicate, it can be khabar. But we cannot break it. We cannot make it half and half. It's not possible that we put hadha kitabu and then we put Hamidin and we put a line over here. That will be wrong. Okay, so this construction, al-idafa construction, it can be either subject or it can be predicate. We cannot make it half and half. Either it can be subject or it can be predicate. Okay, so hadha, this kitabu Hamidin is Hamid's book. Okay, this is Hamid's book. Aina kitabu Muhammadin. Where is Muhammad's book? Now you can see over here, once you get the idea, inshallah, it will be very easy. Where is Muhammad's book, or where is the book of Muhammad? Now you can see over here that the thing possessed is light and the noun, the possessor, is majroor after that. And we can see that this is indefinite and this is definite. And I told you that, let me make it 95. It can be 99%, but let's to be on the safe side, we can see that 95% of the cases, the thing is indefinite and the possessor is definite noun. Yasirun huwa ala al-maktabi hunak. So huwa means it, as we know that for book we have to translate it as it. Huwa ala al-maktabi. Now you can see here that the noun is majroor, but why is it majroor? Because of ala. It is on the desk. Hunak, there. Hunak is also it's a dharf, or it is an adverb. Okay, so please write it down that this is also an adverb. It means there. It means there. Hunak. It means there. Okay, so huwa ala al-maktabi hunak. It is there on the desk. As you can see the translation, it is there on the desk. Sa'idun aina daftaru Ammarin. Again, subject and predicate. So daftaru Ammarin is subject and aina is predicate, because it's a common noun, it's an indefinite noun, and this is definite noun. So the definite noun always comes as mubtada and indefinite noun comes as predicate. Where is Ammar's notebook? So you can see here the apostrophe. So the meaning is always, it gives us the meaning of possession. Either we have apostrophe s or we have the meaning of off. Huwa ala maktabi al-mudarrisi. Okay, now something very important. Please note over here. Huwa ala maktabi al-mudarrisi. Maktab, as we can see, this is a thing possessed. This is mudaf. Al-mudarrisi is mudaf ilayh. This is the possessor and this is the thing possessed. Now, please note that the thing possessed, it can have dhamma, it can have fatha, and it can have kasra. The thing possessed, it can have dhamma, it can have fatha, and it can have kasra. But the possessor is always majroor. The possessor is always majroor. That means the thing possessed or mudaf, the ending can change according to the amil. For example, we have ala, and we know that after ala, the noun is always majroor. So the ending of this can change, but the ending of mudaf alayh will never change. It will always remain as it is. So huwa ala maktabil mudarrisi, it is on the teacher's desk, or it is on the desk of the teacher. Sa'idun, qalamu man hadha ya aliyu. Please note over here that after ya, the noun is light. It does not take tanween, it will only take dhamma. Qalamu man. Now qalamu man is a complete construction, and this is idafa construction. Now we can see over here that qalamu is light. It does not have tanween. And man, we can see over here, this is always mabniyun. Man, as we know, it means who, and it is always mabniyun. That means that it is always fixed, and the ending will not change. So we cannot put kasra over here because this is mabniyun ala sukun, as we say, that this is always fixed, and the ending is fixed with the sukun. It is always sakin. So now we will say that man is majroor, but the ending we cannot see. The ending is hidden. The ending is what? It is hidden. Qalamu man hadha ya aliyu. So qalamu man is, as we can see, the idafa construction. So I told you that idafa construction can be mubtada, and it can also be khabar. It can be predicate. The question is man qalamu. If we say man qalamu, then the meaning will be who is a pen. Who is a pen? But we don't want to say who is a pen. We want to say whose pen is this. Whose pen is this? So we will say, whose pen is this, O Ali? Qalamu man hadha ya aliyu. Whose pen is this? So qalamu man will be, we can say subject, and hadha will be predicate, and ya aliyu is the additional information that we have over here. Aliyun hadha, we have to put the line. So this is subject, hadha is subject, and qalam al-mudarrisi is the predicate. And we know that this is the idafa construction, and this is the predicate, and the translation will be, this is the teacher's book, or this is the book of the teacher. Sa'idun, aina, where? Haqibatul mudarrisi, where is the bag of the teacher, or where is the teacher's bag? Now please check here that the thing possessed can be masculine, and the thing possessed can be feminine. That's not a problem. We don't have to look for equality. They should not be equal in number, and they should not be equal in gender. We only have to see that it can be qalamu man, because there is a question, why not qalamun man? Because qalam is thing possessed. And if you remember, I told you that the thing possessed is always light. It is always light. It cannot take tanween. It's a very basic rule that I told you in the beginning of the lesson, that mudaf, or the thing possessed, will not take two things. What are the two things that it will not take? It will not take tanween, and it will not take al. It is mamnu'. Both of them are not possible. So that's why we have to say qalamu man hadha ya aliyu. So aina haqibat al-mudarrisi, where is the teacher's bag? Hiya tahta al-maktabi. Hiya tahta al-maktabi. Tahta means under. And you can see over here that I have put it like in the box over here. Why I have put it for a reason. Tahta is a dharf. That means it is adverb. It is adverb. But it functions as thing possessed. It functions as mudaf. Again, tahta is a dharf. It is an adverb, but it functions as thing possessed. So what happened over here? This is mudaf, and al-maktabi is mudaf ilayh. It is under the desk. So we will call it special mudaf. What will we call it? We will call it special mudaf, because it is functioning as a mudaf. And why it is functioning as a mudaf? It has changed the ending of al-maktabu into al-maktabi, as we can see over here. Yes, qalamu man, both of them are indefinite. That's right. Okay, now the second thing that we can see over here is very, very important. When an indefinite noun is associated with a definite noun to show possession, it becomes a definite noun. Okay. Baytun, is it definite or indefinite? It is indefinite, and it means a house. Lafdul jalala, nothing can be more definite than lafdul jalala, right? It is definite. Okay, now when we want to say the house of Allah, we say Baytullahi. What do we say? Baytullahi. Now what happened? Baytu was indefinite, but because of lafz al-jalala, now it has become definite. So now both of them, of course, lafz al-jalala is always definite, but because of the thing possessed, as we can see that it is definite, that's why the noun that we associate with this has also become definite. So both of them are definite nouns over here. Baytun is indefinite, but when we put it with a noun that is already definite, then it also becomes definite. Is this clear? Does it make any sense? Today's lesson might be short, but it consists of lots of beautiful ideas, and inshallah, these ideas will change your experience of learning Arabic language. Inshallah, they will completely change your experience of learning Arabic language. So if you are able to grasp these two ideas that I gave you today, or three ideas, number one, that the subject, the first part is called subject, mubtadaun, and the second part is called khabarun, subject and predicate. And then number two, idafa construction. We put two nouns together. The first noun is basically light, and the second noun is majroor, and it gives the meaning of off or the apostrophe s. And number three, when we put an indefinite noun with a definite noun, then it also becomes definite. So we call this Baytullahi. That's why, do you see the translation? The house of Allah. Why do we say the house of Allah? Because we have lafz al-jalala and we put them together. And because of the association, it has also become a definite noun. That's why we should have association with good things and with good people, so that if they are definite, we also become definite. And if we have association with something that is indefinite, then of course we will also become indefinite. So that means we have to have association with good people, with good things and good persons. Shall we do one exercise, or is this okay? Is this enough for today, or would you like to do an exercise? Okay, so this is enough, inshallah, for today, because I can see that this lesson is very, very important. So inshallah, when we come again, we will do the exercise in the next lesson. Subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdika, ashhadu an la ilaha illa ant, astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.